first thing that comes to mind when I ask you this? Why is the mental health of our youth in crisis? If you're like most people, you probably answered social media. We blame the screen, the algorithm, the filters, and the endless scroll. And yes, those things do play a role. But what if the issue is much deeper than what's on their screen? What if the issue is actually what's being pushed onto the shoulders? What if the issue is us? Not because we don't care, but because we care so deeply, we've inadvertently made their worth something to be earned. What if the mental health crisis isn't just because of what's on the screen, but in our obsession with measurement? Our kids are constantly measured. STAR tests, reading logs, GPA, SAT, ACT, AP credits, points scored, medals won, miles run, championships won, PR shattered, gold stars, leading parts, first chair, views, shares, followers, likes, streaks, height, weight, skin, lips, curves, butt, six packs, calories eaten and burned, steps taken. Our kids are surrounded by numbers, metrics, benchmarks, and standards. And with every measurement, a silent message is sent. You are only as valuable as your achievements. This generation isn't just expected to measure up, they are pushed to measure over. Over last year's performance, over their peers, and even over their own previous selves. They're expected to choose a path at age 8, the right path at 13, and apply to a dream school at age 17 with a resume longer than their parents' LinkedIn profile. We see the effects of this pressure every single day. Anxiety, depression, exhaustion, perfectionism that paralyzes, a generation that's burning out before they're grown up, and a mental health crisis. Studies have shown over the past decade there's been a 33% increase in unrealistic expectations placed on our kids by well-meaning parents. When a child's value gets entangled in achievement, love and self-worth start to feel conditional. A kid believes that who they are is what they can do. That stopwatch, it stops measuring time and starts measuring them. In one study, 70% of kids said they feel more valued by their parents when they achieve something. Worse, 50% said they feel more loved by their parents when they succeed. Valued and loved. These are not things a child should have to earn. Because when they fail to meet the mark, they don't just feel disappointment, they believe they are the disappointment. They lose joy, they lose identity, they lose the will to keep trying, and in some devastating cases, they lose even more. So what is the answer? It's not to stop caring, it's not to lower our standards, and it's not to stop expecting our children to do their best. The answer is to pour into our kids so that they believe I matter not for what I do, but for who I am. Kids who know they matter, who feel seen, safe, and supported, have higher self-esteem, lower rates of depression, and are more resilient in the face of failure. And it starts with us as parents, as educators, as coaches, as caring adults. We lead the way. And we lead the way by letting go. Letting go of this belief that our kids' success equals good parenting. Letting go of social comparison through our kids and letting go of the myth that childhood success equals adult happiness. We should absolutely encourage our kids to strive, to set goals, and to go for them, but not to prove worth, not to earn love, and not to fulfill a dream that was never theirs to begin with. So what does it look like? How do you do this? How do we pour into our kids so that they know that they are valued and loved unconditionally? It can look something like this. It's praising effort over outcome. I am so proud of how hard you worked, versus I'm proud of all the A's you got. It's normalizing failure as a part of growth and not trying to fix it all for them. What did you learn from that loss? Versus, we'll get on the winning team next year. It's celebrating and demonstrating character over accomplishments. Kindness, grit, integrity, empathy, sportsmanship, these are lifelong wins. It's allowing our kids to rest and play. It's believing as adults that unstructured time for our kids is not wasted, but it's actually where problem solving, confidence, and imagination take root. Our kids need a break. It's creating safe spaces for open conversation. Try creating a communication journal with your child, because sometimes writing feels safer than speaking. It's allowing our kids to explore their interests without judgment. It's raising the kid you were blessed with, not the kid you envisioned. And it's allowing our children to create relationships outside of performance, with both peers and adults who care for them for who they are, not what they can do. And gifting our kids that time to build and nurture those relationships. Our kids are not GPAs, they're not trophies, they're not college resumes. They are human beings who are growing, developing, and becoming. We are quick to blame the screen and social media, but maybe we should all look in the mirror. As parents, we are the most important people in their lives, so let's lead the way in battling this mental health crisis. Let's stop measuring worth in wins. Instead, let's build it with character, kindness, and unconditional love. Because when a child knows that they matter, everything changes. They are more confident, they try again, and they believe they are enough. And that is the only measurement that should matter. Thank you.